Good morning, kids. Welcome back to your class. Kids, we have already done use of is, am, are, was and were in our previous classes. If you haven't done those topics, please watch those videos first. Today we are going to discuss the usage of has, have and had in detail. So watch the video carefully. Keep a pen and notebook handy so you can take notes also. First of all, we'll discuss about have. Look at the examples. I have a pencil. Children, here our subject is it's I. And we have used have helping verb with I. And this have word also tells you about possession here. Similarly, next example. You have a pencil. Here, you is your helping verb. And with you, we have used have. So, we use have with pronoun I and pronoun you to tell the possession. We have books. We have books means what these children have? They have books. And our subject is we. So with the we pronoun, we have used helping verb have. Again, have word is telling you about the possession. Now, they have books. Children, our subject is they. Fine. So when they is a subject, again we have used the helping verb have. That means have is used with plural pronouns also. Some horses have long thick tails. Children, now our subject is some horses. Now think whether it's a singular or a plural. Yes, it's a plural. Some horses is plural. So when our subject is plural, we use have helping verb to show possession. What they have? They have long thick tails. Fine. So to show possession when the subject is plural, we use have. So kids, have is used with plural nouns I, we, you and they. That means whenever there are I, we, you, they at the place of subject or any plural nouns, then we use the helping verb have to show possession. Now let's discuss about has. Look at the first example. She has a red dress. Now our subject is she. Fine, it's a singular pronoun. So to show the possession, we have used the helping verb has. She has a red dress. Next, he has a blue hat. Our subject is he. So again, he is a singular pronoun. So with singular pronoun, we have used the helping verb has. Similarly, it is a dog. It has big eyes. So it is your singular pronoun, and with singular pronoun, you know we use helping verb has. And the last one is Tom has big hat. Here are Tom is subject and Tom is singular noun, and it's telling about the possession has word. So with singular noun we use the helping verb has. So kids, we have found that has is used when our subject is any singular noun, he, she or it. So, all the sentences that we have discussed so far, the helping verb has or have show possession. That is what the person, animal or thing has. Let's discuss some more uses of has and have. So let's discuss, can we use has or have somewhere else? Look at the first example. Today, I can't go out to play as I have fever. Now look at this have fever. Here, have is used to talk about fever, And fever is not possession, it is suffering. Similarly, even my brother has toothache as he doesn't brush his teeth daily. Children, here toothache means pain in tooth. So we have used has word with toothache to tell the suffering. Thus, we can say has or have is also used to talk about some ailment or some kind of sickness. So, has and have also depict suffering from. For example, don't give pizza to her as she has stomachache. Here, suffering from stomachache, pain in stomach. Or they can play as they have no pain. That means they are not suffering at all. They have no pain means no suffering. Kids has or have also depict fixed program. Fixed program means that has already been decided. For example, I have swimming classes daily. Here swimming classes is a fixed program, a program which is scheduled beforehand. Fine. My father has a meeting now. His meeting is already scheduled. It's fixed. You have an appointment with doctor tomorrow. You fix an appointment beforehand, and that's why we have used have here. They have a math soon. Math is again a fixed program. So has and have also depict fixed program. Children have also depicts the action of taking food or drink. That means instead of eating or drinking, we use has or have. Fine. For example, I have my breakfast daily. We didn't say I eat my breakfast daily, but instead of eat, we have used the word have. Similarly, my mother likes to have tea. Here, instead of drink, we have used the word have. They like to have milk in the evening. Here, have also means drink. And the last one, we have our meals together. That means we eat together. But instead of using the word eat, we have used the word have. Has or have is also used with compulsory actions when we have to say that something is compulsory to do, which we are bound to do. There is no other alternative for us. For example, I have to attend the birthday party. It means the birthday party is of someone close. That's why I can't skip it at any cost. Or we have to catch the train at 5 p.m. It means if you will be late, you may miss the train because train is not going to wait for anyone. That's why we have to catch. We are bound to catch. Last one, he has to finish his work by evening. His deadline is evening given by the boss. So by all means, he has to finish his work by evening. So let's discuss fill in the blanks using has or have as you have already done has or have in detail. So our first example is the postman dash letters in his bag. Now children, the postman is your subject and postman is a singular noun. So with singular noun we use has helping verb. Fine. Here has is showing you the possession. Next, the birds dash wings to fly. Now we have two birds. That means plural noun. So with plural noun, we use have and here have shows possession. Birds have wings. They possess wings. Next, this phone dash many feature. Now this phone is your singular noun. We are talking about only one single phone. So with singular noun, we use helping verb has to show its possession. Manu and Bani dash a pet. Now, Manu and Bani, two persons. Two persons means plural, plural subject. So with plural subject, we use helping verb have. And have here shows possession. That means what they have? They have a pet. I dash a new bicycle. Now our subject is I. So you know when the subject is I, we use helping verb have to show possession. I have a new bicycle. Next examples. Tina and Meena dash to go for a walk daily. Now Tina and Meena, two girls, plural subject. So with plural subject, we use helping verb have. And here they go for a walk daily. They are bound to go. Somebody has asked them to go. Fine. I can't eat as dash to thick. Now my subject here is I. So with I'll write helping verb have. And you know, have here shows suffering. I'm suffering from toothache. Next, every boy in our class dash books. Now every boy is a singular subject. Every boy, fine, in our class, and we are showing possession, so we'll use helping verb has. A square dash four sides. I'm sorry children, it's a rectangle, sorry. A rectangle, singular subject, so has. And the last one, a dash, a clock dash two hands. Now here a clock is a singular subject, so with singular subject we use has. Next we'll discuss where to use had. And children, had is generally used as a past form of has or have. Now you know time is divided into three parts: present, past and future. Present means the actions that are happening now. Past means they have already been completed or they have already been done, and future, they are going to happen. So our first example is I have a bicycle. Look at here. I have, this have word means right now I have a bicycle. Fine, but next example, I had a bicycle. That means right now I don't have bicycle. Maybe it's broken, but once upon a time, sometime back, I had the bicycle. So when we were talking about the past tense, in past form, the possession that I was having in the past, I have used the word had. I had a bicycle. Next example, they have breakfast at 9 a.m. That means present tense. They have. Generally, every day they take breakfast at 9 a.m. But if I want to talk about the past, they had breakfast an hour ago. They are not taking right now. They already had it. So that means it's an action that had happened in the past. That's why we have used had helping verb here. Next, he has fever today. That means right now he is suffering from fever. But he had fever yesterday. The action is not happening today. It has already happened yesterday. That's why helping verb had has been used here. I have watched movie, so I won't go. Children, we have written have me here. Why? Because our second part of the sentence, I won't go, that is going to happen. Fine, I will not go. So that's why we have used present tense here. I have watched movie, so I won't go. But I had watched movie, so I didn't go. Now the second part, I didn't go, is in the past form. That's why we have used had helping verb. That it had already happened. I didn't go to watch the movie because I had already watched it. Let's recapitulate the topic. We use have helping verb when our subject is I, we, they, you or any plural nouns. Fine. And has is used when our subject is he, she, it or any singular nouns. That means when we have plural pronouns and plural nouns in the place of a subject, we use have helping verb. And when our subject is any singular pronoun or any singular noun, we use has. Fine. And we use had to show the past actions of have or has. I hope the concept is clear to you, but you have to revise the concept thoroughly as we are going to discuss it during our live class. So stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.